I don't know what the whole thing is about as the maximum extermination. No, come on now. Be kind, be gentle. I'm a lovely person. So how is everyone doing on this fine day? We all good? We all ready for this? I'm not. I'm very tired, and I don't know why. Oh wait, no, I remember why. I forgot to turn my alarms off for 4 in the morning. You did. I'm still waiting for that chapter 17 of Butcher and Blackbird, though. Exterminate! Y'all are so mean. Like, why? What's wrong with you all? Are we ready for this? Are we ready for Shadow on the Sand? Not recorded, yeah, fair. Yes, very poor me. But the thing is, though, because I always worry that I'm going to oversleep through my alarms. Not only did I have my phone alarms going off, but I also had my Kindle alarms going off. So I was like, where's the Kindle? Why won't it shut up? I was running around. No. Not a good time. Not a good time. I'm getting... Okay, so everything's going off today. People are sending me character pictures and names of characters for us to add. So there's quite a lot we're going to be going through later, by the way, then. But yes, Shadow on the Sand. Are we ready for this? Because I know I'm not. I'm definitely not ready for this. So, I love that we have a map. I don't know if this will actually, like, we have, like... It's too zoomed in, unfortunately. There is a map. I can save us this time now. Oh, yeah. Go on. So after this, we actually go on to the Magna Chi series, which is the next series of this. So I'm excited about that, which I actually have. Think? Yeah, I've got all the next series. It's the Grandmaster series that we need to get afterwards, and then the New Order, and then the Endgame. I have been alone so long. Oh no. It'll be fine. We're good. So, let's do this. The story so far. You are Lone Wolf, the last of the Kai Lords of Summerland, the sole survivor of the massacre that destroyed this warrior order during an invasion of your beloved homeland by Dark Lord Sagana of Helgadad in MS 5050. It is now midwinter of MS 5055. Okay, so it's been 5 years. And a mantle of snow lies deep in the streets of Homeguard. You are summoned from your monastery in the hills by a royal messenger bearing a scroll signed and sealed by the hand of King Ulnar V. You are surprised to read the king's message, for it requests for your help in solving an urgent problem that it describes as being of great diplomatic importance. I'm not good at diplomatic stuff, so this will not go well. It seems a somewhat unusual request to make of a warrior Kai, whose skills are better suited to the field of battle than to parleying with foreign envoys. Oh, I don't know why I struggled with that word. However, dutifully you obey the summons, and upon your arrival at the King's Citadel in Homeguard, all is made clear. The Zakan of Vazogonia... Oh, that's a word. The imperial ruler of this desert empire has sent his most trusted envoy to Summerland to seek a treaty of peace between your two countries. The Zakan has especially asked that you be the one who signs the treaty on behalf of your country. The reasons for this soon become apparent. Less than a year ago, a renegade noble from Vazogonia called Baraka led his army of bandits in attack upon the remote summerlanding province of Ruanan. This mining town and much of the surrounding land was overrun and destroyed. Many Summerlanding lost their lives, and many more were enslaved and forced to labour in the mines of the Makin Range, where the regular convoy from Ruan failed to arrive at the capital. King Ulnar sent you to investigate. A great battle ensued in which you defeated Baraka, whatever it's called, in mortal combat. Mortal combat! Had it not been for your courage and skill, the safety of Summerland and all the last lands would have been placed in grave peril by Baraka's evil plans. Your Majesty, the Zakan is gravely embarrassed by Baraka's foul treachery. He is most anxious that our valued friendship and trust be restored. He begs that you send the Kai warrior, Lone Wolf, to sign a treaty of peace with him at the Grand Palace in Barakish. whimpers the Zakan's emissary as he kneels subserviently at the feet of King Ulnar. The king rises from his throne, barely able to conceal his distaste for the fawning envoy. He turns his gaze to you and bids you to follow him to the privacy of an antech chamber. Ooh, words. Yes, pretty much, then. I have no liking for this desert realm, Lone Wolf, but I have the prospect of war. Oh, but I like the prospect of war even less. The Zakan is old and frail and has no son to accede to his throne when he dies. Baraka was but one of many ruthless nobles who wait like jackals for the chance to seize power. I fear they have grown too impatient to allow the Zakan to die a natural death. The treaty may not guarantee peace with Vasgonia once the Zakan has passed away, but it will at least buy us precious time to strengthen our southern borders. The king leads you to a window and points towards the harbour, barely visible through the flurries of falling snow. A Vasgonian galley is moored at the harbour wall. Go to Vasgonia, Lone Wolf, sign the treaty and return quickly. Even though the Zakan promises us peace, I fear the shadow of war may descend upon us before the year is out. You wave farewell to Homegard on this bleak midwinter's day, hoping to return in time to see the spring thaw. But as you watch the spires of Homegard fade from sight amidst the falling snow, you are blissfully unaware of the perils that await you in distant Vasgonia. So that's the story so far. I have leveled us up. We're now Warman or Journeyman. We now have Mind Over Matter, so we can move small items with our mind. Jenny, have a very good day. I always struggle with words. Come on now. We managed to get 3 more potions, 3 more meals. We got 10 gold. And that's basically it. Everything else is pretty much the same. But yeah, we're good to go. I'm not a small item. How dare. Right, we have a little bit to read again. Just to start this off. I don't know how long I'll be streaming for. I don't know if I'm going to do the whole 3.5 hours for this. Just because I'm feeling a bit bleh. But here we go. Part 1. Ooh. For 25 days, the Vasgonian galley sails a steady course for its home port of Barrakesh, with only the briefest of stops at the Duranese harbour of Port Bax to break a safe but monotonous voyage. Monotonous voyage. You use your time aboard the ship to good purpose, learn the Vasgonian language from the ship's crew. They are eager to teach you, asking in return that you tell them tales of your adventures in the Last Lands. For many of the sailors, they are the most exciting stories they have ever heard. By the time you reach Barrakesh, you have both mastered their language and won their deep respect. It is early afternoon when the ramparts of the desert capital are first sighted on the horizon. You push your way through the cheering crew and join the envoy at the prow of the ship. Beaming with pride, he hands you a telescope and invites you to view the land of his birth. The sight is breathtaking. You stare with fascination at the golden domes, the minarets and the green-tiled roofs that are shimmering beneath the hot desert sun, and you marvel at the splendour of the grand palace which dominates this magnificent city. Then you notice something odd. From every golden turret of the palace there flutters a long, black pennant. You ask the envoy of the meaning of the black flags. Horror floods across his face as he snatches the telescope from your hands. Oh, they're drilling again. That's not a good time. Oh my god. By the spirit of Mahan, he is dead. The Zakan is dead. As the bad news spreads through the ship, you pray that the peace treaty will be signed and honoured by the Zakan's successor. The envy is less than hopeful. The harbour of Barrakesh is deserted, save for a handful of citizens clad in black, and the only sound that greets you is the funeral toll of a bell that echoes around the harbour on the day of mourning. A horse-drawn carriage enters the harbour square, escorted by the cavalry of the palace guard. It slows to a halt near the gangplank of the ship, and a dour man in turquoise robes steps out to meet you. 1,000 greetings, Lone Wolf. I am Mook. I welcome you to our city on behalf of my master, His Most Sublime Magnificence, Zakan Kima. The envoy gasps with shocked surprise upon hearing the name of the new Zakan. He turns to speak, his eyes wild with fear. It is a trap, he gasps. You must... His warning is cut short by the blade of Mook's dagger. Suddenly scores of black-clad warriors emerge from the shadows of the harbour buildings. They are Sharnazim, elite Vasgonian bodyguards. Quickly, they close in with their swords drawn, surrounding you on every side. You must act quickly if you are to survive this deathly trap. If you wish to make a stand and fight against these overwhelming odds, turn to 36. If you choose to surrender to Mohawk and his warriors, turn to 176. If you decide to turn and run to the galley, turn to 104. So what are we doing? Are we going to fight? Are we going to surrender? Or are we going to turn and run? That's a good question for you, by the way. Run away. I'm down with run away. Run back to the galley, 104. I like the sound of running away. Take Lone Wolf, shouts Mohawk. But alive! You sprint towards the distant galley. The crew is still unaware of the desperate situation. They have not witnessed the murder of the envoy and are oblivious to your peril. Before you can give a shout for help, a horseman cuts across your path and blocks your access to the ship. So we can either attack the horsemen, evade combat by diving into the sea, or surrender to Mohawk's men. You're expecting over 10 deaths. Okay. Let's see how well this goes then. I'm ready for this. The sea, we can dive into the sea. Turn to 142. Let's see. You hit the water and swim submerged until the pain in your lungs forces you to surface. Shanazim are running in every direction. They are trying to surround the key, and prevent your escape. Gulping another breath, you dive again and swim towards a cluster of small boats moored less than 50 yards away. Through the clear blue water, it is easy to see the rubbish that litters the bed of the harbour. They are the discarded mementos of scores of merchant ships that have docked at the quayside over the years. Clinging to the shaft of an old anchor is a strange jelly-like blob, a mass of short tubes sticking out from its sides, and a long hook-like scoop hangs beneath its rubbery body. Without warning, the blob suddenly jets towards you, propelled by water from its mass of breathing tubes. It's a bloodlug, a deadly predator, and it's hungry to feed on your flesh. So, it says, do we have animal kinship? We do have animal kinship, turn to 134. Thank God we have that. You call upon your Kai discipline in order to force the creature away. The bloodlug swiftly changes direction and jets towards a small squid that has taken refuge in a large copper urn. You continue swimming and keep a watchful eye on the bloodlug as it engulfs and devours the helpless squid to 95. I have a pet sea monster now, so I'm okay with that. Bloodlug. You service beside a covered skiff. Anxious to avoid the deadly scavengers that infest the waters of Barakish Harbour, you haul yourself aboard and hide beneath the boat's canopy of woven rushes. You are breathless from the exertion of your swim, but you dare not make a sound. Mohawk's men are everywhere. They are racing along the harbour walls, their eyes searching the water for any signs of your whereabouts. If you are to escape from them, you must think of something to divert their attention. If you have the Kai discipline of mind over matter, which we do, turn to 184. Thank God we picked that, because I was going to pick something different, but I saw that one for the first time, and I was like, I'll take that. So, it is, okay, yes, so the bloodlug is called Colin. I like it. Staring out across the harbour, you notice a large, white-domed warehouse perched near the water's edge. A platform on its upper floor overhangs, a merchant's door moored at the quayside below. Sorry, there's a spelling mistake and it threw me for a second. Standing on this platform... Milo! Shush. Standing on this platform are several earthenware turns, huge spice containers destined for the trading emporiums of Ragadorn. You focus your attention on one of these tons and concentrate all your Kai skills into making it move. Sweat trickles freely down your face from the strain, but you soon hear a distant crash that confirms your efforts have been successful. The ton has fallen and shattered onto the deck of the dough below. I don't know what that is. Turn to 153. This is going well so far. I might have jinxed it. So, fun times with that. Ooh. Mohawk orders his black-clad troops to search the area, threatening them with death if they allow you to escape. You bite your lip and await a chance to run. Creeping from one boat to the next, you reach a narrow flight of stone steps. At the top of the steps, beyond a small paved square, lies a maze of crooked alleyways that disappear into the shadows of the Thieves' Quarter. You are less than 20 feet from safety when a cry echoes across the water. There's the Kai! Sprinting along the deserted passage, you climb a stairway and emerge on an open courtyard. The sound of hooves clattering on the cobblestones below urges you onwards. There are 3 possible exits from this courtyard. A high, that's not a word. A high, nail-studded gate to the left, an alley to your right, and a straight paved pathway that leads off towards an arch. You must make a quick decision, for Mook's men are hot on your heels. So we can choose one of the 3 things, but we also says if you possess the Kai discipline of tracking, turn to 42. So I'm gonna go with that, because that is the safer option. 42. Oh my gosh, where is it? I got it. Tracking's always good. I'm a rogue. Your Kai senses warns you that the alley is a dead end. If you were to take this exit from the square, you will certainly be trapped. Only 2 other choices remain. I don't know why I'm struggling with that. Nail-studded gate to your left, or the path directly ahead. Which one do you want to go through? The gate, or do we want to take the path ahead? Hi, we can do that. 75. You twist the handle, but the gate is locked. You're about to turn and run when quickly the gate flies open. A man appears in the doorway. Quickly, Northlander, I will hide you. Swiftly, the man steps back to allow you to enter. If you wish to enter, turn to 24. If you decide not to enter the doorway, you can climb the path towards the archway. So, should we enter? Enter. Okay, turn to 24. Sounds good. The man slams the gate and draws the bolt. Seconds later, you hear the footfalls of the Shanazim as they come rushing into the courtyard. Go inside, whispers the man, pointing to the darkened interior of his house. I shall get rid of the soldiers. You enter the house and climb a staircase to a large airy room which looks out over a marketplace. Long black flags hang from the windows of a hall opposite, and the sounds of mourning can be heard filtering through its open doors. It says, if you have this Kai discipline of 6th sense, turn to 147. If you do not, turn to 196. Well, we obviously have 6th sense, so I think we should definitely do that. So let's do that. 147. Your Kai sense tells you to beware of the man who just helped you. He intends to betray you to the authorities for a few gold pieces. So if you choose to stay in his house, turn to 61. If you decide to escape by way of the window, turn to 109. So, your choice. I'm letting you make the choices. When it's a discipline, I'm obviously going to go straight for that, but other things you get to choose. Ugh. So, what are we thinking? Oof. I didn't hear. So our Kai senses tells that the man's going to betray us for a few gold pieces. So we can either stay in his house or escape through the window. Window. 109. Oh, nearly there. You drop to the street below and run across the marketplace towards the hall. The building is full of people, all of them kneeling in prayer. You notice an avenue leading off to the right which ends at an archway that is too narrow for more than one horse to pass through at a time. To your left, another alley wends its way down to the harbour. So, we can either enter the hall, turn right and head for the archway, or double back towards the harbour. I I've drank all my cup of tea as well. I'm kind of sad about that. Harbour, 129. In the shadows of a doorway, you peer out across the harbour. The square is alive with Moak's soldiers. It will be far too dangerous to enter this area at the moment. You must find somewhere else to hide. Someplace where you can hide your time until it is safer to venture back into the harbour zone. Groups of soldiers are now searching the houses that border upon the square. As they come closer, you're forced to leave the doorway and run back along the alley. When you re-enter the marketplace, your luck suddenly runs out. You run straight into a dozen Shanazim warriors who are being led by Moak himself. We can either surrender or fight him and his men. You just finished your coffee. I feel your pain. I feel your pain. This isn't going well. Running around and all that jazz. It's like, why? Ugh. Okay. Surrender. Wow, okay. 176. For some reason, I thought you would be like, fight to the death. 176. You are stripped of your equipment. No! My sword! My summer sword! Your hands are tied behind your back and roughly you are pushed headfirst into the waiting carriage. Back to the palace, commands Moak as he climbs aboard and slams the door. The Zakan awaits his prize. You fight to free the cords that bind your wrist, but Moak is quick to see the danger. He grabs your arm and forces a dart into your skin. As sleep engulfs your senses, the last thing you hear is Moak's wicked laughter, fading into silence. Turn to 69. Wah wah. I pick my battles. That, you know what? You have a point. You definitely do. Oh no. Do we lose anything when he does that? No. You wake up in great discomfort. Erase from your action chart all weapons, special items, gold crowns, and your backpack. Okay. We're just going to pretend we don't have any of the stuff, okay? If you have the Dagger of Vashna, do not forget to restore the 3 endurance points that you lose when carrying this occurred special item. I think I already did that. Yeah. Every muscle of your body feels knotted and bruised. You force open eyelids clogged with dried sweat and look with dread at your wretched surroundings. You are lying on the hard stone floor of a prison cell over by the far wall beneath a window crisscrossed with iron bars. There's a wooden bunk covered in filthy rag. Cockroaches, some the size of field mice, scuttle along a foul-smelling gutter that disappears into a grating in the floor. You discover that your hands are free, and slowly you pull yourself upright into a sitting position, resting with your back against the cell door. A faint draught from the corridor outside provides the only relief from the stifling heat and bad air of the cell. In the distance you can hear footsteps approaching. Then there is a jangle of keys and the creak of hinges. A door closes with a dull thud. More footsteps. They are getting louder. They come to halt outside the cell door and a low voice bellows out. Sleeping on duty, Seafro? You wake up on the other side of this door if the captain ever catches you. A chair scrapes along the ground and a startled voice full of indignation, oh my god, replies. Curse you, Hadj. The Zakan doesn't want the Northlander taken to the Grand Hall until sunset. You've cheated me of 2 hours sleep. Shut up, Sephro, snarls the first voice, and listen hard. I've just come from the armory. Some interesting trinkets were found on the Northlander, worth a great deal of gold, I'd say. Seems a pity to let them go to waste, eh? Oh, are you excited to finish it? How are you finding it? The two guards chuckle greedily and discuss at length the good time they will be able to have in the city once they have sold your belongings and divided the money between them. I'll take a peek at our friend, says one of the guards. I wonder if he's enjoying our hospitality. A spy hole slides open above your head and you hear a gasp of shock. He's gone! He's gone! By the Mahan, we'll lose our heads. You suddenly realise that you cannot be seen so close to the door. Let me see, hisses the other guard, eager to check for himself. Then you hear the clack of a key in the lock. This could be your chance to escape. So, we can either attack the guard as soon as the door opens, move away from the door and stand in the middle of the cell. Good, but the spices, that's one of the issues that always happens in them type of books, to be honest. Not a fan of it. So, we can either attack the guards, or stand in the middle of the cell. Escape. Okay. 1, 3, 8. We need to remember that we only have 18 combat skill. And 25 endurance. 1, 3, 8. That's where we're going. The guards pull open the door and you spring into action. Your clenched fist strikes the first man beneath his bearded jaw, lifting him from the floor with the sheer power of your blow. His swords drop and his hand... Oh, his sword drops from his hand and clatters to the ground close by your feet. If you wish to pick up the sword, turn to 4. Or, if you choose to ignore the sword and attack the second guard with your bare hands, turn to 91. It was a dice roll. Fair. I'm just going to make sure I put down that my endurance is 25 here, because I'm sure that it's I need to remember that until I get all my stuff back, which kind of sucks. Punch, we can punch. 91. Ooh. The guard lashes out at your head with his warhammer. Instinctively, you duck and roll to one side as the weapon strikes sparks from the wall. So here we have... You must deduct 4 points from your combat skill for the duration of this combat as you're fighting without a weapon. So ours is also going to be 14 then. His endurance is 21. It's a jailer. Here we go. Try to put a thing in here. His combat skill is 14 and mine will be 14. So let's work that out then. How do we fight again? It's been a while. Been way too long with this. Let me look this up. I can't remember how to do this. It's been way too long. Should have looked this up beforehand. Okay, the secret of combat is follows. Okay. So it's 0-0. Our combat ratio is 0-0. This is fine. 0-0. I have 25 health. So let's do this. Let's see how well this works. We have to roll really high if we want to be able to do some damage on this. 8. So we don't get hurt, but the enemy minus 10, so they are on to 11. I don't roll well, this is the thing. 2, that's not good. We both lose 4, so I'm on to 21, but the best thing is that I have the healing thing, so that's something. 7. So, we should be fine. 4. They get hurt for 6, I get hurt for 3. So it's not that bad. Oh, no. They're now dead either way. Okay, so we did it. If you win the fight lasts for 4 rounds. No, it lasts less than 4 rounds. That was 3 rounds for us. Turn to 65. Let's see how well this goes. So we did okay. That went well. I want my stuff back though, pretty sure. The guard slumps to the ground, his neck snapped by the blow from the edge of your hand. As you turn around, you see that the other man has now recovered from your punch. He is crawling across the floor, his hand stretched out to retrieve his sword. So we can either attack the guard, or overpower him and capture him alive. Which is interesting, because we've never had that option before. I don't roll well. Come on now. I also need to put that up to... I need to remove that, obviously. We were 18, right now at 19. Because we went to the bit. Alive? Okay, I'm also going to just do this because we're at 18. Bugger it, it's confusing me. Overpower Catch My Life turned to 199. Obviously, we get a point back as well, so thank God for healing. You grasp the frightened guard in a secure headlock and threaten to break his neck if he does not answer your questions. Immediately, he promises to tell you everything he knows. He says that the New Zakan fears that you are an assassin and sent by his enemies in the West. He claims to hate the New Zakan himself. He is only a simple jailer, he says, and know nothing more. We have 6 cents, so I'm going to use that. So we're going to do turn to 39. The man is lying. He knows that other guards are likely to show up at any moment. As soon as you loosen your grip, he intends to try and overpower you and raise the alarm. So we can either continue questioning him or decide to kill him. He is called Clive. Okay, well, we have an option to keep questioning Clive or kill Clive. Okay, kill him. You add this to your chart, okay? So this will be your second person to be killed. Turn to 78. Let me just make sure I heal myself. Your attack is both swift and deadly. Before the guard can scream for help, you have silenced him for good with a powerful open-handed chop to the side of the neck. So we can either leave the bodies and escape along the corridor, or we can search them. What would you like? He is Carl now. Funny. I like that. Search. You're always about the loose, aren't you? 102. Although a thorough search of the bodies uncovers the following items. We have 1 sword. I'm going to have to get rid of all this stuff, aren't I? Okay, I'm going to turn that to a sword. Fuck the spear. So we have a sword, we have a dagger. I'm going to put here. I'm going to put star set to things we have. Just so we know which one it is. We have a warhammer. We have 6 gold crowns. We originally did have 50. But I'll just put 6 here in the star until we find our items. A belt pouch. You can pick up if you have lost yours. And jailer's keys. That's a special item. You may take any of the above items. If you do so, remember to mark them on your action chart. The jailer's keys can be carried by attaching them to your belt. Pause briefly to lock the cell door. You hurry off along the corridor, turn to 150. We need a key and a weapon. We have a weapon. We now have a sword. So our combat... What is this? Okay. Our combat skills now back up to 18 instead of 14, which helps us. 150 we're going to. And a belt pouch. Yes, we have a belt pouch. Do not worry. We have a belt pouch. Which is here. We're fine. The corridor heads away towards the north, but soon it comes to an end at a junction, where another passage runs across it from east to west. Cautiously you peer around the corner. To your relief, there are no signs of any guards. At the end of the east passage, you can see a flight of steps descending out of view. To the west, I don't know why that sounds so off to me, you can see a closed door. So we can either go east towards the stairs, or go west towards the door. I know we need to find the armory, or wherever it is there where they're keeping our stuff. How dare they take our stuff? I want my items back. That's why I've not taken them off. I'm determined that we find all these items that I got throughout the whole series so far. Stairs, 93. I'm also going to put 150 as our save point because that's ours. Right, stairs, 93. You descend the stairs and follow the corridor east. Oh wait, I've gone up how many times? You descend the stairs and follow the corridor eastwards, taking care to tread lightly as you go. The bars and windows set high in the hall to your right cast lattice shadows across the smooth marble floor ahead. Beneath one of these windows stands a table on which rests a pitcher of water. Your throat is parched and you stop for a few moments to take a long drink. Restore one endurance point, even better. If you wish to climb onto the table and take a look through the window, turn to 155, or we can press along the corridor. Keep going. Where's the D&D game? Oh, bugger, I've not uploaded it. I've written it down though. I just need to copy and paste it in. Don't worry. I will tag you all in it later. The corridor. 182, which we get our last little point back. 182. You arrive at a high vaulted chamber with a large nail-studded door set into its south wall. A rack standing near to the door holds a spear and a broadsword. You may take... Well, we're going for the spear because we get a +2 to that. So... Thank the lords. So we get a +2. Even better. So our combat score is 20! Again, yay! I wish it was higher. You may take either or both of these weapons if you wish. To the north, beneath a beautifully decorated horseshoe arch, there is another passage that leads out of the chamber. So we can either listen to the door that we're at, or enter the passage. You are making good choices, and we appreciate that a lot. So, listen. Okay, 115. Let's put this as that. 115, come on. Placing your ear close to the keyhole, you detect faint but horrible sounds. Screams of agony are mingled with hysterical laughter and heart-rending sobs. The crack of a whip and the creaking of a rat confirm your suspicions that a torture chamber lies beyond the door. The terrible sounds make you shudder and prompt you to waste no time in hurrying away from the chamber by the north door. Continues to 132. I kind of wish we would, were able to, go in there and help them. 132. You move quickly and quietly along the north corridor and soon arrive at another arched passageway which leads off to the west. A fiery red glow can be seen in the distance. You focus on the glow and you can detect a mixture of sounds. There is the hiss of red-hot steel being thrust into water and the rhythmic clang of a hammer on anvil. These are unmistakable noises of a blacksmithy. So, we can either head west towards the glow and the noises, or continue exploring the north corridor. No, save them, coward. I wish we could, but, you know, it didn't even give us the option to run in there. So, that's that. North. Through the corridor, turn to 30. You pass several high arched portals overlooking the east city wall and continue easily and safely until you hear noises drifting along the passage. The voices of hungry guards and the distinctive clatter of plates and mugs warn you that a crowded mess hall lies ahead. You are trying to decide on the best course of action when a patrol of guards suddenly appears in the corridor behind. Quickly you jump onto a window ledge and take cover behind the arch of a portal. However, this arch is narrow and you are very likely to be spotted when the guards come marching past. If you have reached the high mark of Guardian and higher, turn to 62, which we have. We're higher than Guardian. So I'm going to go for that, 62. What's it going to do with this, though? Instinct and experience warns you that it would be rash to attack the guards so close to a crowded mess hall. Any noise of combat would immediately be heard by the soldiers inside. There is now only one course of action for you to take. You must hide outside on the ledge that runs along the walls of the palace. Turn to 152. Oof. You press yourself against the weathered stone and try to avoid looking down at the courtyards and gardens of the palace, hundreds of feet below. You bite your lip and wait for the guards to pass, but they do not pass. It is nearly sunset and they have come to shut the iron grills of the palace windows. You hear the creaks of dry hinges and the quick click of bolts. They are sounds that send a shiver down your spine when you realise you are now locked out. To your left, the ledge continues around outside of a dome. Inside this dome is the mess hall. If you can inch your way around the tower, you may be able to find an open window somewhere on the other side. So we have to roll for this now. If you have reached the Kai rank of Savant, you may add another 2. Oh, if you have the Kai discipline of hunting, add 2. Let's see. That's 9. So if it's 9 or higher, turn to 87. On the far side of the small tower, the ledge passes directly beneath a line of windows set high in the north wall. The sandstone blocks have been severely eroded by centuries of strong ocean winds, creating many cracks and hollows which make climbing easy. To your delight, you also discover that the iron window grills have not yet been locked on this side of the palace. You enter through a grill and drop to the floor of a corridor that heads off to the west. A wide staircase leads to a network of passages set with mirrored alcoves. Each alcove contains either a bust of a tapestry depicting past Zakan's and Vasgonian victories in long-forgotten wars. If you have the Kai discipline of 6th Sense, turn to 105, which I'm obviously going to do. I mean, I'm glad we didn't fall. That would have been a pretty sad death, really, to be honest, out of all the ones that we've had. Your attention is drawn to a marble bust that stands in an alcove, one of many positioned along the south wall. A closer inspection of the bust reveals a hinge at the base of the neck. The head tilts backwards to reveal a tiny metal lever. So we can either pull the lever, or close the head and continue along the corridor. Pull the lever, Kronk! Okay. 171. Let's see how well this goes. A panel in the alcove slides aside to reveal a secret, dark, and very narrow passage. A pair of footprints can clearly be seen in the dust which covers the floor. They trail away into the darkness, so we can either enter the secret passage, avoid the passage, close the secret panel, and continue along the corridor. You've not seen Emperor's New Groove. I think you would actually find it pretty funny. It's pretty funny. I think you would like that movie, to be honest. It's pretty good. Yeah, so we can either enter the secret passage or back out, close it, and continue down the corridor. No. Fair. Passage. You want to go down the secret passage? 148. As soon as you enter, the panel slides shut behind your back and you're plunged into darkness. Nervously you advance, your hand held before your face to part the cobwebs that are hanging in festoons. Festoons from the low ceiling. You're a few feet away from what appears to be a dead end when you tread on a pressure plate. It activates another panel which slides back to reveal a small chamber. Turn to 14. Ooh. Festoons, I love that word. You step into a perfect hemisphere. The walls of the chamber curve smoothly towards the ceiling where a small window casts a splash of light across the floor. There is a large circular dais on the centre of the room. It is laden with incense burners, decanters, quilts, scrolls, cloaks, urns, and all kinds of fruit and sweet meats. Enough for one meal, which is good. I'll take it. I won't eat it though, so I'll just, so we've lost them, I'll just put 1. Remember we had 5 previously. Your eye is caught by a large open drawer which protrudes from beneath the lip of the dais, and at once you recognise its contents. Thankfully, you have now found your confiscated equipment! Yes! Restore all your... Yes! Yes. So we got a +4, because we had armour. So that's now 29. We have our... I'm going to say we ate the meal, and now we still got our 5. Thank you, I appreciate that. We have our Summer Sword, which adds a +8. We'll take that 2 off, we'll add a +8. So that's 26. Yep. Beautiful. It must have been a very big draw. We'll take that. We can only have 50 coins. And we have everything back. This pleases me. Yes, I did, but I can't remember why. So that gave us a +4. Was that onto the combat skill? Oh, in combat. I can't remember why. I don't think it's from this, because I can only get a +2 from that. What was it for? Oh, it might be, you know. You're right. Yeah, and then it drops our... Okay. Thank you for reminding me of that. I appreciate that. Let's save that. Okay, so the dagger does give us that, but it also reduces our endurance by 3. So we are permanently at 26, which is still fine. I'm happy with that. There we go. That's why we had that. Right. Makes sense now. You are correct. Aside from, elated by the rediscovery of your belongings, you resolve to escape from the Grand Palace as quickly as you can. Aside from the door by which you entered the chamber, there is one other. It is set into the north wall. So we can either search the chamber for useful items, or leave by the door. I'm so happy we found that. That's all you, that is. Thank you very much. I appreciate. Oof. Leave, people will check. You've got a point. Okay, let's leave. Turn to 58. So happy we've got our stuff back. You are feeling very hungry. You must now eat a meal or lose 3 endurance. Well, I'm gonna eat a meal. Anyway, so that's fine. You follow a straight passage of pale rose-colored stone until it ends at an empty vestibule. Into the north wall is set a great wooden door. Its surface is covered with engraved bronze plaques, and studded with huge bronze nails. There is a curious lock set into the middle of the door. It is encircled by a beautiful carving of a long-tailed scorpion. A closer look at the lock reveals a series of Asgonian numerals numbering from 1 to 200 engraved in the lock plate. And once you recognize the design, oh my god, it is a Cloisen combination lock. If you know the correct number that will open the bronze door, turn now to the section number. The section corresponding to the correct answer will inform you that you have made the correct choice. If you happen to choose an incorrect section, then do not return here. Turn instead to 98. You will have one chance to use the correct number. If you simply do not know the number, you will that will open the door. Turn now to 156. Oh, do ya? You love that word. Very nice. What do you think? I don't even want to guess like this. Wow. Nah, don't guess. If you simply don't know number, turn to 156. Let's do that. Probably trapped. I agree with that. After concentrating on the lock for several minutes, you come to realize that it is connected to an alarm. If you turn the lock dial to the wrong number, the alarm will be triggered. This will alert the palace guard. If you possess the kind of discipline of mind over matter and sixth sense, turn to 8. Oh, which we do. You channel all your Kai skill into detecting the number that will open the door. It is a strenuous task, Jesus Christ, one that demands very great concentration. After a few minutes of intense effort, the image of 2 numbers, 6 and 7, begin to take form in your mind's eye. The numbers are hazy, and you're not certain if the number you are piercing is 67 or 76. Your efforts have left you feeling mentally drained and physically exhausted. Lose 2 endurance points, which is fine because they'll go up in a second. Okay. which do we want to go to? Do we want to go to 67 or 76? If it was me, it would be poison gas. I don't trust you with anything to do with poison in games. You are deadly. You want to go to 76? Let's go literally to 76. Fingers crossed this is right. Oh no. The bigger is better. You twist the dial to the number 76 and press your shoulder against the great bronze surface, expecting at any moment to hear the creak of hinges. You detect a sound, but it is not the noise of the door opening. You have used the wrong number. Turn to 98. No! Uh-oh. Sorry. The soft shuffle of stealthy feet tells you that you are no longer alone. You whirl around and crouch in readiness for combat. It is this automatic reaction to danger that saves you from being struck by a drugged needle fired from a blowpipe. As the tiny missile snags the hood of your cloak, you see the firer reaching into his belt pouch for another dart. Behind him are two warriors who are armed with sharp, barbed tipped tridents. The three men are blocking your passage out of the vestibule. If you wish to attack them before the fire, you can reload his blowpipe, turn to 168. If you choose not to attack them, you can attempt to dodge the second blowpipe, turn into 118. Oof. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, Ven. I know. What do you think? Choose to dodge or attack? Yes. No, wait. Dodge. You want to dodge? Turn to 118. The guard raises the blowpipe to his lips. You see his cheeks swell and then you hear a sharp hiss. He tells you that another tainted nail is now speeding towards your head. Let's roll. We get to add +2. And we add a 1, so we add +3 to our roll. 4. So it's higher than 4, turn to 21. Thank the Lord. I'm in my rogue era. I love it. Your lightning fast reactions have saved you from being hit. You dive forward and roll to one side so the needle pierces your cloak, not your skin. The trident armed guards close in, confident now that the needle has found its mark and you are tranquilized. The instant they lower their weapons, you spring into the attack, turn to 168. Let's see how well this goes. With a tiger-like bound, you are among the startled guards. The blowpipe fire raises his weapon, but your well-aimed kick to his forehead counters the move. He somersaults backwards, cracking his head against the wall with a sickening thud. The barbed point of a trident flashed towards your ribs. Deftly you sidestep and grab the haft with your free hand, pulling the guard off balance. He stumbles forward. Wait, we should have healed at least one. He stumbles forward and falls flat on his face. You turn just in time to face the third guard. He had his trident poised at the ready. So, we have a guard. His endurance is 23. His combat skill is 15. Let me just take this. And we get options if we do this in 3 rounds or not. So, let's see. Mine's 28. His is 15, I think it said. Yeah. So we are at 13. So we're at +11. We're at 25. Oops. We're at a +11. So this will be easy for us. So if we need to do this... I don't know why I did. That's a very good question. Sorry, I just had a message. Right. Let's see. That's 0-0. So we kill him instantly in 1 hit. I love this. So that's in under 3. You win the fight against the last 3 rounds or less, turn to 101. Love it. Add that murder to your thing as well. I hope you're adding them all up. The man screams and kneels over. He writhes on the floor for a few moments before exhaling his last breath. Meanwhile, his partner has scrambled to his feet and run off, forgetting his weapon in his haste to escape along the passage. You give chase, pausing only to snatch up his discarded trident. You know you must stop him before he warns other guards. You draw back the trident and throw. It strikes him squarely in the back, pitching him forward on impact. He is dead before his body hits the floor. That's another one for you to add. A search of the dead bodies uncovers the following items. We have 4 gold crowns, which we're at max already. Yes, so the other 3 are dead, so add them. Dagger sword, 2 spears. Well, we've got a trident. A potion of... Ooh. Let's add that. 1 potion of... Which gives us a combat skill of +2 for 1 fight. There we go. Love that. You may also take the blowpipe and 1 remaining sleep dart. Mark them on your action chart. Where the fuck? Where? Me. Out. Blowpipe +1 sleep dart. Why am I writing this? Oh, 1. We're getting there. There we go. Yeah. In the pocket of the robe of the dead blowpipe fire, you find a small piece of parchment at which is written body date the number 67. A smile creeps across your face. You realise that is a number that will open the bronze door. Turn to 67. Fuck's sake. Let's also... We're up to 26. We can't go higher than 26, but there we go. Sorry, I just had a message from Katie, and I'll talk about it all in a bit. 67. Oh, oof. I know. You hear a faint click, followed by a soft whirling sound, and then the bronze door slides open. As you hurry through, the door clicks shut behind your back, as softly as it had opened. This section is the correct solution of the closing combination lock in 58. I mean, duh. Instinct tells you that you have now entered the chambers of the Upper Palace, the sumptuous private enclave of the Zakan. You walk upon glistening tiles of opal and platinum, past sculptures and statues made from pure gold. The door of solid amethyst ahead seems plain in comparison to the breathtaking splendor of this private world. Beyond the door lies another unique and startlingly beautiful world. The oh my god. Arboretum. Fucking hell, words. I can't do this. I sense story time. Yes. A circular cathedral-like area spreads out below you, its green velvet canopy alive with the sound of birdsong. Trees of every colour, shape and size flourish in the deep, dark soil of the floor. The Zakan's Arboretum houses a specimen of every tree that grows in Magnamund, and many species that are now extinct. As you walk the wrought iron balcony which encircles the Arboretum, you recognise the leaves of a summer-lending oak. You feel a sudden wave of homesickness, but it does not make you despair. Rather, it renews your determination to escape from this hostile, sun-bleached land. Arboretum. Okay. At one of the exits from the Arboretum, you discover a quarterstaff propped against the wall. So we can take the quarterstaff if we want. I don't think we want to, though. The desire to escape urges you on as you leave the place and hurry through a network of lavish corridors and empty, deserted vestibules. You reach a landing where a broad staircase descends to a massive room which occupies most of the lower palace. From the top of the staircase, hidden by the shadow of a gilded pilaster, you stare down on a sight that freezes your blood with terror. Turn to 200. Oh. What would stop us? Oh my god. Oh, this is a long one, by the way. Upon a raised platform carpeted with scarlet fur sits the Vasgonian Emperor Zakan Kimmer. He is clothed in a shimmering golden robe that is devoid of ornamentation. Arr. In his hand there is an orb of black metal, and in his eye there is an ice-cold cruelty that chills your spine. The Zakan is a man of awesome countenance, but he pales in the shadow of his unnatural companion. For him stands the cause of your terror. A helm as black as death itself hides the face, with a stench of decay and hideous sepulchral voice betrays the being's identity. Give me Lone Wolf. It is the fell voice of one of your mortal enemies, a dark lord of Helgadad. As the Zakan raises to his feet, you notice a flicker of doubt, perhaps of fear, dim his cruel gaze, but he is quick to mask it. The Kai will be brought to you at sunset in exchange for the orb of death. It is agreed. You have the orb, echoes the chilling voice. Give me Lone Wolf. The Zakan hides his fear well, but time is not on his side. He is playing a deadly game of bluff with this Dark Lord, yet the fact that he has not yet discovered is evidence of his powerful will for you. Oh wait, what? Yet the fact that he has not yet been discovered is evidence of his powerful will. For you sense the Dark Lord is persistently clawing and probing at his mind with his psychic powers. You will get your Northlander, Lord Hakan, says the Zakan, his voice curt with anger, when you tell me why your servants defile the tomb of the Mahan. You claim you have no need for gold and jewels, then why do you plunder the graves of our ancestors? You do get bonus points, sure. A deathly quiet fills the hall, and the unnatural hiss of the Dark Lord's exhaled breath disturbs the silence. This land, this insignificant speck of sand, harbours two small thorns that prick our skin. We seek to remove them both, forever. The fledgling Kai they call Lone Wolf is the thorn that denies us Summerland. The tomb of the Mahan hides the other thorn that threatens us. The accursed book of the Magna Kai. Your heart pounds as the word reverberates in your head. The book of the Magna Kai. Suddenly the reason why you have been enticed into a deadly trap becomes clear. The sinister truth is revealed. The book of the Magna Kai is one of the oldest legends of Summerland. With the wisdom of the Magna Kai, Sun Eagle, the first Grand Kai Master, was able to instill the disciplines of the Kai into the warriors of Summerlanding descent serving the House of Ulnar, the bloodline of your king. These skills and your brave ancestors who possessed them were to save your land from devastation at the hands of the Dark Lords. The book of the Magna Kai was lost, believed stolen hundreds of years ago, but its wisdom was kept alive by the Kai Masters, handed down through generations of Summerlending warriors so they could share the strength to resist their internal enemies, the Dark Lords of Helgadad. Oh god. If the Dark Lord should discover and destroy the book of the Magna Kai, its secrets will be lost forever, and when you die, the Kai shall be no more. However, if you are able to find the book of the Magna Kai and deny the Dark Lords their prize, then all the wisdom of the Magna Kai shall be revealed to you. By the power of its precious wisdom, you will become strong enough to reach the ultimate achievement of a gifted Summerlending warrior, strong and wise enough to become a Kai Grand Master. But the perils of the glories of the quest lies ahead are distracting you from a more immediate danger. Discover the nature of this danger and to begin your quest for the book of the Magna Kai. Now turn to part 2 of Shadow on the Sand. Oh, there is a part 2. Oh, interesting. That's why the book's bigger then than the other books. That makes sense. Interesting. Oh wow, okay. That's kind of thrown things through the loop a little bit, hasn't it? We did, and all because of you, so... Fun times. Let's have a quick story time. Let me give you an update. So, a couple of weeks ago, I have screenshots of this by me and Katie were talking, and she's showing like the camera around because her dog Nala, sorry, my throat really hurts, is acting a bit unusual and looking at this doorway. She shows the camera, and we're kind of staring at it through the camera. She keeps looking over and looking back at the camera, and I'm seeing what she's seeing. And she goes, do you see that shadow? And I do. I see a shadow shape moving in and out of this doorway. And when she looks up, she goes, I don't see it. But when I look at the camera, I see this shadow. And she goes around and she's like, there's nothing here to cause this. There's no windows open, no drapes, nothing in the way to cause the shadow coming in and out. And it's shaped like a person. And I'm like, I can see it and it is moving. So she turns the light on, the shadow disappears, and she turns the light off, steps back, and there's no shadow at all. Nothing there to cause the shadow, and it's gone. And things have been happening since. So her and her mum naturally, quite frequently, sage the house. And she just messaged me saying more weird stuff is happening. So yesterday, me and my mum were talking in the living room. Living room windows are not open, and literally mid-conversation, we both stop because we smell this strange smell. All I can explain it as is musky, burnt kind of smell. Then it goes and we start hearing footsteps upstairs and we joke about the kids again. It's an ongoing thing because I was talking to her in Discord and all of a sudden I heard running feet and giggling, like children giggling. And I commented that I heard a child and she didn't hear it at all. So that's like we joke about the kids, and mum jokes about kids. Just now, my mum is talking to me in my room, and she basically runs into my room, and I freeze because someone whistles. We both heard it really loudly whilst we were talking, and she was at my door when we were talking, and she said it was right next to her. She's going away tomorrow and taking Nala. I'm going to be left alone with a child demon smelling like burnt old man. Bless her. So she's freaking out. Bless her little cotton socks. But there we go. That's the first part of the book. I think I'm actually going to end it there because my throat is sore from talking so much. I'm not going to lie. And that we'll do part 2 in a day or so. It depends on when you're going to be live and stuff. Because I don't like to, I'm trying to make sure I do things either hours later or hours before, so then I don't, overlap with you and I get to be in yours. But I'm going to end it there, because this is a chunky book, compared to the others. This is 2 books put together. I appreciate you keeping us alive, to be honest. I'm shocked. Make sure you keep notes of how many people have killed, so far, because in the next one, it'll add to this as well. I will find a spell thing. Oh, I am on 5. 5, okay. This will go well. But thank you for joining me. I know it was a short one, but it's early morning. My throat hurts. I'm going to go get a drink, find something to take, and then finish getting things ready for later on tonight. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. You are awesome, and I'll catch you later.